One summer when I was living in Florida, I agreed to drive my mom and aunt to Indiana for a celebration of life of one of their brothers who had died a few months earlier. My mom, as per usual, had her dog in tow. I hadn't seen this brother of hers or her other brother, who was still living, in many years, since I was a child. This trip typically took 2 days, and this time was no exception. We took our time. I drove the speed limit. Of course I did. I had two old biddies with me who would have lost their shit had I not. Besides, I'm getting to be a bit of a biddy in my own right. We stopped every couple of hours to stretch our legs, fuel up, get snacks, if necessary, potty, and walk the dog. We agreed to stay in a hotel that first night, so I did not have to drive after dark. I hate it. This was something we did each time we took the trip. When I go it alone, though, I do tend to drive straight through or try to get some rest at a guarded rest area. But this was not a solo trip. Even though it wasn't quite close to dark yet, I decided it was time to stop. We had been driving for 12 hours, which I determined to be a fair amount of time. We'll look for a place to stay at the next exit unless you guys want to continue, I announced to my mom and aunt. They agreed that it was a good time to get a room for the night and relax. I pulled into one hotel and booked a room. I was so exhausted that I didn't realize I hadn't told the clerk about the dog. So, as we pulled around to park and we were getting out of the car, there he was. Crap, I said. I forgot about him. I don't know if they allow pets here. We all got back into the car and drove back to the hotel office. I went in and explained about the dog. Nope, they did not accept pets. She graciously refunded my money and recommended a hotel across the way that was pet friendly. I thanked her and went on my merry way. She had directed us to a hotel by the name of Oyo. As it was unfamiliar with me, I asked to see the room. I have a mold allergy and had to be sure that the room was not gross. I left the car parked by the office and walked down the way with the attendant to the room. As we approached, I noticed an old man, hairy as a ZZ Top bandmate but skinnier, sitting in a walker smoking a cigarette and talking to his little bitty doggo. He paid me no mind. I didn't pay him mind beyond that. I surely didn't know him. I would have at least known that. The attendant forgot the key, so left me there by the door while he dashed back to the office to retrieve it. So there I was, ignoring the old man who was ignoring me from 2 doors away. I'm sure I would have smiled and said hello had he looked in my direction, him likewise. As it was, we didn't, so we didn't. The attendant eventually returned. Thank goodness, I was getting tired of not noticing the ZZ Top dude. It turns out that the room had hardwood floors and was overall in really good, clean condition. I agreed to take the room. I stepped outside to wait for the guy while he turned off the lights and locked up. Again, the old ZZ Top man and I ignored one another. We headed back to the office. I paid for the room and returned to the car with my mom and my aunt. I told them that the room was straight ahead and that I would go get dinner once we got our luggage from the car. My mom said, "So they take dogs, right?" "Yes," I said. "Look," I began as we pulled into the spot 2 spaces from where ZZ Top was. "There's an old man with a dog right there." My mom and aunt immediately said, "That's our old man with his dog." I was mightily confused. That's not what I said. They both exclaimed, "That's our brother. He's our old man." I responded, "What?" Sure enough, ZZ Top Dude was their brother, my Uncle Bud. He was staying in the same hotel 2 doors down. It was not planned. No one knew. You know, if he had been just about anywhere else in that place, we'd have never known he was there.